for acupuncture. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessie if you are new here. I was filming sitting still in a parking lot and now we're moving, but I do all kinds of lifestyle content, motherhood videos, vlogs in general. I also talk about finances, personal finances. I personally think I wish more people talked about finances. I get why people don't, but I just think that, I don't know, I like being open about it. I think sometimes people think or see these like elaborate lives that people are living and nobody's seeing like what's really happening. I don't have an elaborate life. I'm just a normal chick. That's kind of what I talk about. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Sorry for all the noise right now. I had filmed this in the parking lot, but apparently I didn't turn it on. Also, I'm just leaving acupuncture. It was spectacular. I love my acupuncture. She's like literally the best. But I'm getting over a cold, so I had her focus on like congestion, and I feel like she like made it worse, but it'll get better. You know what I mean? Like she like did gua sha, and then she put a whole bunch of points in my face. So I just feel like right now everything is like wanting to drain from my face. I am on my way home. My sister-in-law should be there by the time I get there, and Ben and I are gonna have like a monthly date. So it's not even really a date. It's like we call it like a coffee shop date. Speaking of like finances and money and stuff, we try to get out of the house without Ivy once a month. Doesn't always happen, but we try, and go sit at a coffee shop on a weekend morning and just talk about anything big we have coming up. A lot of times we'll go through our budget, our goals, whether it's monetary goals or just like life goals, that kind of stuff. So today I know we want to talk about a couple of things. We want to talk about money in general, obviously with moving because of mold. If you're new here, we just moved out of a home that had toxic mold that we were renting due to a bunch of health issues that we all were having. Our landlord was just a piece of crap in it all. We like drained almost 10 grand out of our savings between having to like purchase a new couch and a couple other bigger new things based on it being contaminated with mold, and then also doctor appointments. We weren't expecting another security deposit. We pay more in rent at this new place, whatever. So we need to talk about money, kind of go over what happened the last couple months, what our goals are moving forward, because we were going to pay off one of our debts at the end of this year. Our goal changes. If we look at our big goal, it is to purchase a home next year. We had enough in our savings to put a down payment on something. So we were thinking of paying off one of our smaller debts. Like one of them I think is like around 8 grand. It's not small, but comparatively to the other ones it is small. And we're going to try to pay that off because that also just like helps with how much financing you can get, all that kind of stuff. But with losing basically that entire payment to this mold move, we just need to talk about stuff, how we're feeling about it. We've also had some like health stuff come up. Ben's had some interesting health revelations with the new doctor that he's working with, and some testing he's been doing based on mold and some other co-infections that he might be dealing with that have affected his health. So we need to talk about that. Kind of mentioned here and there on the vlog that our income is changing next year. If you just look at it from like the bad side, we're losing one income. Basically, Ben co-founded a business years ago and like, you know, invested in it, all that kind of stuff. And they decided that they wanted to pull him out of the business so that, because he's just like not in it physically anymore, they have to pay him out from that basically. And they like came to an agreed upon number, whatever. So they've been paying him monthly for like the last year-ish. And I believe our payments end either at the end of this year or like very early next year. And that's like $800 that we get a month from this. So it's like a fairly substantial additional income that we're getting. His insurance, so our family insurance, will be changing next year because his company decided to go with another place, and our insurance is going up quite a bit. quite a bit. I will say we've been lucky, knock on wood, the last 2 years that Ben has gotten a raise. However, he was promoted this year, so I don't know if he'll get a raise next year. And then as far as like my income, so I do freelance writing, so it's just not like consistent. I only work with one client right now. It's literally the only, like, I only have time for that. And they've cut my blogs down in capacity a little bit, so that has affected our income as well. Now, there's some stuff on the horizon that could affect our income positively, and we're both manifesting that and praying for that. Things like my social media are growing right now. I just was able to become a TikTok affiliate on TikTok shop affiliate on TikTok, and I've been growing here on YouTube a little bit, very slowly. So I'm not making any income on TikTok yet, and I make like, I don't know, $150 every 2 months on YouTube. So nothing crazy, but I'm still like appreciative of that coming in. I've always wanted to be a content creator. So like for years, I mean, I was blogging when blogging started, like in like 2011. I've always wanted to do it. I've just never, I don't know. Part of it's been me like not being super consistent. And then part of it has just been, I just never popped off, and that's totally fine. That just happens. I don't know, I'm just feeling a different energy now. I feel like maybe I'll pop off a little bit more on YouTube and TikTok, and I can start making some money. So that would be really cool to add income in. That's like a hopeful thing. There's always the chance that Ben will get a raise or a bonus, which will be helpful as well, but we won't know that until like March or April of next year. This was a long intro of me just like blabbing about stuff. The other stuff that we want to talk about today is our OBGYN. Basically, we don't like the one that we have access to at our current OB place. We also don't really like any of the nurses or anything like that. Like the whole practice, if in and of itself, isn't great. We were fine with it because we really liked the doctor that we were seeing, but she has now left and gone to a different practice. So we need to figure out if we're gonna follow her. It will be like 35 minutes from where we live versus like 8 minutes, I think, not even, is like where the other hospital is. I've also had people like question us on this one, and I totally get it. I think the thing to remember, I understand that most of the time you just get whatever OB happens to be there, and like the nurses are actually who help you through labor, or a doula or something like that, and I agree. There is I would say at this point, a 90% chance of me getting a scheduled C-section, because I had a C-section last time. It's based on things that we have discussed, my birth trauma from last time, things like that. For the most part, there is a high chance that I will be doing a scheduled C-section and not a VBAC. Having trust in my provider is very important, because I did not have trust in the provider that did my induction last time. She was terrible. Thankfully, the woman who did my C-section was okay, but that's important because I have this like traumatic experience that I have to work through, and this is a very vulnerable part of my life. But also, if I have a scheduled C-section, I do get to choose my OB. If it was an emergency C-section, I would get whoever's on call, but because it's scheduled and it shouldn't be emergent, I could choose my OB. And this is a person that's cutting through 7 layers of bodily stuff. So, you know, somebody that's going to literally have my life in their hands and my baby's life in their hands, truly, because it is a surgery. There's just a little bit more to it than if I was having a more typical birth. That's kind of why I really want to make sure that the OB that I have is the right one. I'll take you along for the weekend. Wanted to just update you guys on what we're planning on doing today. Up, up, up. Let's see if this works here. It is 3:40 on Sunday. I did a terrible job of filming. I'm actually gonna stick that. I got Qdoba for lunch, so that tells you that I did a terrible job at meal prepping as well. It is 3:42. Benjamin and Ivy just left. Actually, the dogs aren't here either. So I am completely alone. And I don't remember the last time I've been completely alone. I think there was one time for like 15 minutes when Ben went to go pick up the dogs. Otherwise, I'm never alone unless like Ivy is sleeping or whatever, but especially never alone without the dog. Long story short, my sister-in-law and brother-in-law from Madison were in town and needed somewhere to stay for a little bit with their foster kitten and their dog. And Ben and Peter and his dad were gonna go to frisbee golf, disc golf, whatever it's called. I basically was like, that's totally fine. However, I don't trust Finn around, honestly, little dogs or kittens. He's just like, he wouldn't purposefully hurt anything. I didn't want to have to deal with that. Plus like a toddler by myself. If Ben was also gonna be here, that would be different. But because he was gonna be gone, I just didn't want to deal with that. We brought the dogs over to their parents' house. Francesca, Ivy, and I, and then the cat and the dog stayed here and hung out for a while. Francesca put Ivy down for a nap, which was really nice. Yeah, she only got to nap for like 45 minutes to an hour, but honestly, I'm just glad that she napped in general. Benjamin had mentioned going to his parents to watch the Bears game, which obviously I don't care about. To be honest, it's not enjoyable for me, and it's not because I don't like my in-laws or anything like that. First of all, when Benjamin goes to watch football, he is not watching Ivy. Who do you think is watching Ivy? Me or his sister or his mom? But he was like, oh, it'll be fun, we can all go over there. And I was like, I don't want to sit there while you watch football with your dad and I run around a non-child-proofed home chasing my toddler. Like, that's not fun to me. So I was like, you know what does sound fun to me? Being alone. I think they're only gonna go over there for like half of the game, so they'll probably be back in a little over an hour. And I'm gonna see how much stuff I can get done, and I'll take you guys with me on that. There's a part of me that just wants to like lay on the couch too. I don't feel like I can do that because I need to meal prep some food so that I am not eating out. I need to meal prep at least one thing. I wanted to like mop the floor, so I need to like vacuum quickly and mop. I need to finish the laundry, and I would really love to film a couple things for TikTok because I got into TikTok Shop, which is cool. I don't plan on like making a whole profile about TikTok Shop. That's just like not my vibe, but there are a few things that I've already gotten that I would love to like promote. So I would like to do those videos just because I'm not gonna have time to do that this week. But I'm also like exhausted because I didn't sleep well last night. I'm gonna finish up my little bowl here, even though it's like 3:45. And then I'll show you what I get up to. No idea if you can see me. Basically, I decided not to mop. I want to mop, but I needed to get some TikTok videos shot because I'm trying to stay, if you guys watched my goals video, I'm like trying to stay on top of filming. Like, I struggle with filming on the weekend. I think that's why I've been struggling with doing these weekend vlogs too. And I end up bringing it into the week because Honestly, most of the time we don't do much and I'm just like kind of hanging around at home. I just like suck at making videos on the weekends. I did vacuum the whole house. I wanted to get some cooking done. It's not that big of a deal that I didn't mop. How often do you guys mop? I don't know. I feel like I see people that mop like every other day. Maybe I've just gotten used to like living with dirty floors. I don't know, is that gross? Probably. I needed to prioritize filming and then needed to prioritize meal prep, which I could have done with Ivy around, but honestly, it's like, it's not even Ivy that's the issue, it's Benjamin. Like, I swear that whenever I'm in the kitchen, he decides that he also needs to be in the kitchen, and this is a very small kitchen. I just needed some time that he wasn't gonna be in my way. To be honest, the toddler is actually easier. I am making potatoes and zucchini and 1 bell pepper. I had bought 3, but I didn't realize Ben needed one for a recipe. It's gonna be a small bell pepper week, but that's okay, because I need it for sloppy joes that I am going to make. So I'm making sloppy joes right now. And I think I'm also just gonna make like ground beef as well, just to like have for the week. What is going on with this peel? My brain is just like, she's not on this weekend, you know? It's just like not, she is unavailable for business. I slept pretty poorly last night too, just like, I'm getting like leg cramps again, which sucks. I don't know if I'm dehydrated, although I got really bad leg cramps with Ivy too, so who knows if I'm dehydrated or if that's just like life for me. Because as you guys know, literally every single symptom in the entire world, they will blame on pregnancy. Typical stuff, but I'll show you what this all looks like when I'm done. I don't think I'm gonna end up mopping at this point because I think Ben and Ivy are coming back like at any time. So they really only left for like an hour and a half, which just wasn't enough time, but that's okay. Better than nothing. As always, pregnancy brain kicks in. And I didn't realize that this sloppy joe recipe is a slow cooker recipe. It's 5 p.m. I'm trying to decide, do I just like prep it and then cook it tomorrow, or do I try to cook it tonight? It'll be done by like 9:30. I'm an idiot. Not that I'll eat it tonight, obviously. Anyways, guess I'm making taco meat. Okay, Ben and Ivy got home and needed to use the kitchen. Finished the potatoes. I think they're done enough. I mean, they were in there for like 45 minutes. So I did end up making this on the stovetop. There was like a note in there that showed you how to make it on the stovetop. So I just did that. This is just ground beef with taco seasoning type stuff on it, zucchini and bell pepper. So I don't think Ben's gonna eat any of this week. Maybe Elizabeth will eat some, but at least the meat dishes should just be for me. I'm gonna let these cool and then I'll put everything in the fridge. I did the dishes, cleaned everything up. Ben needs to clean that, but I do need to finish some laundry. It's 5:52. I'm not hungry because I ate that Qdoba bowl kind of late, but I wanted to show you guys. These are the TikTok shop like low Uggs I got. I had some, if you remember like any of my other years in my channel, I wore these all the time, but I had to get rid of the ones that I had because mold in the last house and they were gross. I got rid of those and I just got those from TikTok shop. I really like them, but I also need to finish this laundry. I'm just going to put the rest of the stuff in here, fold it, probably eat in like an hour or so if I'm hungry. I'm tired though. I just feel like whenever I get time by myself, I'm always just like rushing to be productive, you know? I'm like never just chilling. I'm rushing to be productive, and I still wasn't able to finish everything, so I just feel a little bit overwhelmed. I didn't get to mop, which isn't that big of a deal. I wanted to mop, so it's a little bit annoying. I'm gonna do the dishes or the laundry like I said, and then I'm honestly probably just gonna chill. I have a whole bunch of laundry on the bed plus the stuff to fold. It is like an exhausting weekend, but maybe I'll pick this back up tomorrow and I'll show you guys what we do. We have an MFM appointment, so maternal fetal medicine appointment, that I can tell you how that goes. Oh, we're going to Go-Bert's, I think, the pumpkin patch, so I'll put some clips in of those two things, but I think I'm gonna stop for tonight just because I'm just folding laundry and then I'm gonna go sit my butt on the couch. Hello, happy whatever day it is. It's 66 degrees and 111. It was a 111, now it's 112. So we are headed to the MFM appointment, maternal fetal medicine. If you aren't lucky enough to go to the high-risk doctor like we are, we have to do a follow-up. They told us last time. I'm kind of hoping that we won't have to do the next follow-up, but I also wouldn't be surprised if they just make me do it, because I think it would be like 2 more after this. Yeah, we're gonna get a growth scan basically. I am excited. I was thinking about this morning. It's so nice to be less anxious this pregnancy. Like the amount, like I feel like I maybe started feeling a tiny bit anxious like right before we left, but nothing, like I was just so anxious all the time before every appointment with Ivy, and I just feel good. It is helpful that like this baby moves a ton and I can feel it a lot, so I know it's in there and it's fine. So, and there wasn't anything wrong with any of its scans, honestly. They're watching me more than they're watching the baby, because I have a few high risk markers, but then also like if the baby's big. And the cysts. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is it's me. I got you, like the baby didn't cause the cyst, you know? We're going to that. We'll let you know how it goes afterwards. We're also going to try to go to Gobert's. Is that how you say it? Yeah. Gobert's today, which is like a pumpkin farm.
Say hello.
I like can't breathe. My nose is like Baby appointment went good. I'm pink because I got hot in the room. It went well. The appointment was fine. It was an hour and 15-minute appointment when the actual ultrasound took 10 minutes. Yeah. So it was, I mean, I don't think we even got back there until 40 minutes past our appointment. I'm guessing I just have to go the rest of my pregnancy, so I have to go back in about a month. Yeah, baby is measuring big, which we're not surprised about. I had a big baby last time. My cyst hasn't changed at all, which is good. Nothing of concern. Everything looks good. Baby looks good. It's more, I guess they just have to track growth for some reason. And hopefully some of this pinkness goes down. It looks like I'm wearing like 4 shades of blush or something.
Hi, sheep.
It is 8:45. Elizabeth and Ben are giving Ivy a bath right now. I'm just chilling out because, quite honestly, I'm exhausted. My body is like killing me from walking around that farm thing for like 2 hours. Ouch. So that's fun, but it was a good time. Ivy had like the best time. She had so much fun. Hopefully she will sleep really well tonight because she was running around like crazy, but she's just like such an animal lover, and they have tons of like animals there, so she was just like loving it. And the pumpkins, she loves pumpkins. We had such a good time. MFM appointment went well. We do have to go back in 4 weeks, so it is what it is. Wanted to end off this vlog here. I think I'm going to be vlogging later this week. I'll be picking that up again soon, but thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of you, and I will see you in the next video.